I was one of the guys that was going to go play football. And so the idea of not going to college just didn't really seem realistic. It was like, well, if I'm going to go, then I'm going to go because I'm playing football, And I definitely struggled. I was the guy that job hopped. I had a 10-year reunion. I didn't want to go because I knew what the conversation was going to be. All these guys that I went to school with, they were successful. They were making money. They were building houses. They were getting married. And here I was, 30 years old, a single dad, not making, much money at that time. And I avoided it. And I meet my wife. I'm married. I've got 3 kids. I've got all this new responsibility. And, in fear that you're not going to be able to make it work with what you're doing, I was looking for a chance to make something happen. And, LIUNA was definitely an answer to that prayer because, it changed everything. Taking the apprenticeship seriously and just trying to absorb all that information and knowledge every time I stepped into a classroom. There's so much going on. There's a big shift in new technology. There's a lot more automated stuff and robotic stuff. And I think as LIUNA being one of the biggest players in the trades, that we're going to be able to get our hands on a lot of that work. Being able to call myself a journeyman there's a sense of pride behind it because that when you're on those job sites that, things are going to be done correctly. They're going to be done safely, efficiently, because, those guys have gone through the same type of training and programs that you have. So much has happened and so much has changed for the better. We were in a small 2-bedroom apartment, and then now we have a house. I went from making $12 an hour driving truck parts around to now I make, $35 an hour. The benefits that come with it, the pension, that security when, this is all said and done and I'm stepping out of this industry, that I know that those things are still going to be taken care of because we have a strong pension. If my wife gets hurt at work or my kids get hurt, they're covered. Football is probably a great analogy for everyday work because you have guys that are there responsible for leading and making decisions just like, a quarterback would. And you've got guys on the front line like offensive linemen, and they've got their job, and everyone plays their part. And when that happens, work gets done and people make money and everyone goes home safe.